Thank you so much for that introduction. I'm so glad you guys are all here. And maybe, I know you guys are all muted, but give me a thumbs up or thumbs down on if you're feeling headachy today. Let's see, are we feeling good? Or are we feeling migrainous or just low energy? You can kind of be in half. So it gives me a little idea of where we're at. Okay. When I teach weekly yoga classes here at Barrow, and I love to kind of, even though sometimes I plan stuff out, I like to get a consensus of how people are feeling and then kind of move with that. I hope everybody has a mat that they can, or a floor space that they can sit on. This is the mat class. And so I hope you can come down and find your spot. Maybe make sure you can see me from your laptop. And you're going to take a comfortable seat, and that can be in any shape or form. If you find that you do better with your legs out straight or crossed, or if you want to have your feet tucked under you, that's all fine. A little cushion underneath your hips, it's absolutely okay. Go ahead and let's talk about posture a little bit. I want you to bring your weight back onto your sit bones. So what that means, if you kind of shift side to side, I want you to feel two little bony prominences right there. Now, I want you to be right on top of them, not over them, and not behind them. So sit right on top. Your core will be engaged with this. And I want you to lift your sternum up. Now, what is your sternum? Your sternum is your breastplate. So if, Tarzan would tap his breast right here, there's a bone right here, and that's your sternum. And so I want you to lift that up to find your posture. You have my full permission to never, ever pull your shoulders back. Okay, all of our moms who told us pull your shoulders back, just drop that, let that go. And all I want you to do is find your sit bones and then lift your sternum up. Keep the shoulders relaxed. We don't need those muscles to participate right now. Now that you've found your spot, you can relax your hands on your knees or maybe in your lap. And I want you to find your center. So beyond going through the physical, maybe start to quiet the mind and find your own inner landscape. We can do this by bringing awareness to the breath. Now, if you are somebody who is in a little bit more pain today and needs more calm, I want you to start to focus on the exhalation. And every exhalation, you're going to add one count to lengthen it out. Let the inhale come naturally and just work on that exhalation until you find a comfortable pace. If you're somebody who's feeling maybe a little bit lethargic, but you're also feeling not as headachy and you need just a little bit more prana, as we say in yoga, I want you to focus on the inhale. Emphasis on inhale, making it one count longer with every breath, letting the exhale come out just as it is. Inhale and exhale at your own pace for a couple of rounds. And start to notice the benefits of the breath. Notice what that does to your body's tension and what you feel in your mind. If that creates tension in your mind or if it relaxes everything. During today's practice, I want you to maintain a breath flow that works for your body and your mind for this day. So as we invite more mobility into the practice, it is added on to the breath, not the movement first. So keep the breath nice and steady. Just a couple more breath cycles right here as we center ourselves in our sitting position before we add on movement. And just notice what you notice. Good. Let's open the eyes gently. Bring the hands on top of your knees and exhale, round the spine. Bring the chin down towards your chest. Inhale, opening up, spreading the collarbones wide. Gentle up look with the chin. Exhale, rounding spine. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, round. Inhale, back to center. Let's include the arms now. So you're going to inhale, reach all the way up. And then exhale, sweep the hands down behind you. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up one more time here. Good, then bring the hands down in front of you and then walk the hands forward. And maybe you want to come all the way down and relax. That's totally fine. But maybe you stay with your spine upright, with your arms out in front of you, and you feel a stretch in your glute. You're going to feel the stretch mostly on the leg that's in front of you, so in front of the other one. Keep lifting the spine, and with every exhale, maybe you come forward just a little bit more. Now, the reason I'm trying to have you maintain a neutral spine and not round forward too much is because I'm trying to get you to strengthen your neck muscles for your posture. So I want you to be really aware that you're kind of bringing the head back in space by strengthening the front of the neck. I always tell my patients that this is kind of like doing core work for your neck, kind of like planking for your neck. Good. Hold for a couple more deep breaths. Keep contracting the front of your neck, lengthening out the back. Good, then walk your hands back up. I want you to reach your right arm up all the way, as high as you can go. Notice that the right rib cage opens up. Now from here, bring your left hand down and I want you to reach over as far as you can. Keep the right hip down to the best of your ability. So now we're opening the lateral chain of the body. Beautiful. Let that stretch out really well in the low back, opening up the ribs like an accordion, but the shoulder stays down and relaxed. So don't bring it up to your ear. Good. Inhale back up and drop the hand down, bring it on the inside of the right knee, and then do a gentle twist to the left. Inhale deeply here and side out completely. Coming back to center, bring your hands behind you and you're going to come up onto your fingertips, okay? So opening up into the chest, big heart, gentle drop of the head backwards. Beautiful. And release, bringing the hands forward again to strengthen out the neck as well. So we're either coming down all the way if you need that stretch. Actually, before we get too far into this, switch your feet. Put the other leg in front. So we're going to feel that stretch on the other glute. And now coming forward, maintaining a neutral spine, so nice straight back. The front of our neck is engaged. Good. Soften your brow, soften your eyes. Feel your tongue and make sure it's on the top, the roof of your mouth. Relax your jaw. Good. Slowly walking your hands back up now, reaching the left arm all the way up and reach it up as high as you can go, standing out the left rib cage. Good. Now bring your right hand down and start to side bend over towards the right. We're getting this wonderful opening in the left low back, left rib cage, opening all those ribs, increasing lung capacity. Beautiful. Keep breathing here. Inhale back up. Place the left hand on the inside of the left knee. Place your right hand behind you and do a gentle twist to the right. Inhale and exhale. Good. Coming back to center now. Start to do some shoulder rolls. The shoulders come all the way up and down the back. Inhale up and down, up and down, following your breath. Good. Dropping the shoulders down, but keeping them relaxed. Again, we're not trying to pull the shoulders back. What are we doing? We're doing sit bones and sternum, heart up. The reason I want your rib cage to move well is so that we're using our diaphragm to breathe and not our neck muscles. Some of the neck muscles then provide referred pain up into the head. So I'm trying to work in an indirect way to calm down some of the pain. Let's stretch out the back of the neck real quick. So you're going to interlace your hands and you're going to put it on the back of your head. And I want you to lean your head back into your hands, but bring your chin down ever so slightly so you start to feel a lengthening happening in the back of your head. From here, I want you to exhale and gently drop the head down. You are not to pull down, you're just simply using the weight of your hands on the back of your head to gently stretch out the suboccipital muscles. Inhale and exhale. Now you may stay here or add on a gentle rotation to the right. So it's like you're going to look at your your right knee. Feel that stretch. Coming back to center. You're going to switch and look at your left knee now. Back to center. And then bring one of your hands right underneath your chin and help your head back up. Good. Relax your arms down, a couple shoulder rolls. Good. This is one stretch that I love to give some of my patients. We're going to interlace the hands in front of you. Your arms are going to come straight, and I want you to round your spine, bringing your chin down. And as you're in this position, then try and lengthen your arms out like you're going to punch towards the floor. And you should feel this big stretch in between your shoulder blades. If this is too much tension on your neck, relax your neck some, let your shoulders come down, but keep punching down with your arms to feel that big stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Slowly come up. Flip the fingers out. Stretch it out and inhale all the way up. Opening up in rib cage once more. Good. Then exhale, dropping the hands down. Beautiful. Good job. We're going to bring our hands down onto our mat and bring our knees behind us. Good. While we're in tabletop, we're still going to be doing some additional movements, but really I'm asking you to do that planking sensation in your neck to strengthen your neck muscles. So try not to look up too much. I want you to drop your gaze between your thumbs so that you lengthen out the back of your neck. From here, we're going to reach up the right arm forward. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe, bring the hand back down. Switching to the left side, reach the arm up nice and long. We've been here before. We were just doing it in sitting. Good. Bring the hand back down. Let's reach with the right all the way out as long as you can get. Feel those ribs expand. Exhale down. Left arm reach with the inhale. Exhale down. One more on each side, strengthening into those shoulder, back muscles for your posture. Exhale down. Left side as it reaches. Beautiful. Bring the hand down. Fingers are still spread wide. Now I want you to reach your right leg back, keeping your pelvis nice and neutral. Reach it as long as you can, then bringing it back down. Reach the left leg out long. Strong in your core and bringing it down. Let's alternate to the right. Dropping it down over to the left side. We're going to do one more on each side, but I want to make a note. Some of you might be feeling really tired in your neck, and that's normal. We're trying to improve the endurance of your postural strength. Good. Come on down with your knees and let's come into a child's pose. So you're going to bring your hips down onto your heels with your arms out in front of you. When you're here, I want to make sure that you feel that the ribs are moving out to the sides as you breathe in. With the exhale, you let the spine elongate and stretch. Inhale, lateralization of ribs. Exhale, elongate spine. Good. Do a couple more breaths at your own rate. Let that feel really good. We're slowly coming up into hands and knees again. And what I want you to do is come back into a seated position. Find your sit bones again. So rinse and repeat. I do this so often. We're just doing repetition, repetition. Find your sternum. Shoulders are soft. Inhale deeply. Why don't you close your eyes and inhale deeply. And exhale deeply. Your breath most likely has changed since doing some of these exercises, and I wanted you to feel that. We're going to do a little bit of self-care before we finish up and do a little bit of meditation. So let's use your right arm and put it on your left shoulder. Okay. Now I want you to squeeze the shoulder muscle between your palm and your fingers, giving it some massage. And you can work from the shoulder all the way up into the neck. And you can go all the way to the base of the skull, giving a little bit of tone reducing massage to that muscle. If you find a spot that you're like, oh, that feels really spicy, why don't you hang out there for a moment and press down on that area, see if you can release it. Maybe you hold it and you gently stretch away. That's okay. Find what works for you. What works for your body today? Good. Gently release the hand. Let's switch sides. Left hand onto your right shoulder now. Going all the way up and down the shoulder girdle, from the shoulder into the little crease of the neck, going up the neck, all the way to the base of the skull and the occiput. Now you can continue to do that, or if you find a little trigger point, maybe you hang out there, release it, maybe adding in a stretch or two as you hold the trigger point. Let that feel really good. And then gently release. Bring the hands to the base of your neck. And I want you to use kind of a flat palpation. So that means flat fingertips, not pointy. And I want you to rub right at the base of the skull in little circles. And maybe you find one or two little tight knots, and you're welcome to kind of hang out there a little bit more. Maybe you want to stretch it out looking down while you kind of rub that area. Kind of opens the area up. Explore what feels the tightest and work on that. Good, then releasing that, opening up your hands to the side like two giant claws, and you're going to kind of massage the scalp. And don't be afraid to get in there, get into the hair, get it. Maybe you want to pull the hair just a little bit to desensitize the follicles. Good, come over to the temples. There's a big muscle called your temporalis here, and it's loaded with little trigger points sometimes. So with a gentle flat palpation, start to do little circles just above the ear towards the temples right beside your eye. Good. Now use your flat palpation of your fingers and just swipe over the forehead and flick it off. Do a couple more swipes over the forehead, releasing down the temples. Now over the bridge of the nose, over the cheeks, and over the jaw. Beautiful. Bring your hands down. Find your sit bones again. Watch where your sternum is, and then gently close your eyes. And start to find your breath. Gentle inhale, gentle exhale. Notice your body and start to scan it for any areas of tightness or discomfort. Now use your breath and start to see if you can breathe space into that area. Where some people have a hard time visualizing that, you might choose to add a color or visualize it as like a ball in that area. And with every inhale, it expands and contracts, but you have the power to control that dial. So if you want to make it as big as you want, go for it. If you notice that this breathing starts to shift any discomfort in the body, You might also ask yourself, and practice of loving kindness, which means that if you could imagine somebody else might be feeling this pain too, maybe you could be a vessel for transformation for that person. So if you're able to use your breath as a catalyst to make it feel better or ease the discomfort in some way, you could try and take on some of the suffering of another person to try and work on it for them. Maybe you practice for another person who is in the chat and in the group right now. Maybe you practice for a friend or a family member. Using your inhale and your exhale to breathe energy and life into that area. And at the end of your practice, may you send the person who you are practicing for a sense of peace and ease and happiness. As I am also sending you all a sense of peace, ease, and happiness. You can inhale and open your eyes, bring your hands in front of your heart to seal off your practice for tonight. Namaste. Thank you all for joining tonight. And as always, I love to open up the chat, or if anybody wants to unmute, if you have questions, you are more than, this is a safe space to share anything or ask questions.